Hi, good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to follow Mary because she spotlighted evidence, and I'm going to take the opportunity to spotlight some data that we've been working on at ED. And so, let's see, everybody else worked very well except me. So we're going to activate some evidence in the form of data. So many of you may have seen our college scorecard. It was relaunched and announced by President Obama in September 2015, and it was really, higher education is more important now than ever before, and the decisions that students and families make matter so much. So the ability to be able to get this information out and to empower consumers to make important decisions about their post-secondary path was both an important innovation at the department, but also for a mom of 2 high school students and a middle schooler. I can't tell you how important this was for me to be able to have all of this data at my fingertips. And let me show you a little bit about, here are just some of the nice slides of all of the versatility around the college scorecard. Has anybody in the room actually accessed it yet? Okay, I see a few hands. Hopefully after this, there'll be a few more. That's right. So, building the college scorecard was the most innovative, we think, of the process. And part of that was our integration of various data sets. And this was a never before seen information about key data points that families need to understand and learn about when they're making these important decisions. So we use the Integrated Post-Secondary Education Data System, or really called OPEPDs. And we use the National Student Loan Data System. And finally, we used really critical information from the Department of Treasury in order to produce the results and outcomes that you see on the college scorecard. And just for a moment, OPEPDs gives you information about enrollment at institutions. It gives you important information about completion rates and all of those, and how much college costs. So that's the key information from OPEPDs. Then we looked at the National Student Loan Data System, or NSLDS, and that gives information on how much it really costs. What are families taking out loans on? How much are those loans? And also, how are they repaying? What is that repayment rate? And then finally, and this is my son's key favorite as a junior, we were able to match the Department of Treasury information to the NSLDS to figure out what the earnings were for students after a certain time period in entering a post-secondary path. So I know that is my son's. Actually, when he's looking at it, he's sorting by how much people are earning after they leave that institution. But again, putting all of this information so consumers can make decisions about what's important for them as they choose that post-secondary path. Finally, wanted to just show you, we also made it available so that you can just pull it up on your smartphone. And that's really helped a lot of families just be able to, I'm passing by and I want to understand what's happening at this school that I see in my neighborhood all the time. What should I know about it? You can just pull it up on your phone. And so just to give you some usage to date. To date, since September launch, we've had 1.3 million unique users to the site. And also, we produced 18 years of data for 7,000 institutions. That's a lot of data. So we can just all take a pause right there. We also made now I always forget, it's an API, but my techies will tell me that is, give me one moment just to look at that. That's an application program interface. So I actually have learned quite a bit since working on this project. And an API is what developers use to feed the data into their own programs. And since our launch, we've had over 400 developers actually use that API and incorporate it into their apps. And so then some of them have done some really cool stuff, and we're excited to see more and more. We've had over 250,000 API hits. So lots of developers outside of those that have signed on are interested in thinking about how to use these data in different ways. And finally, we've had over 37,000 downloads of our data files. Again, our thinking is getting it out there in lots of different forms, both for consumers and for families is exactly where we want to go. And just to close out, I wanted to just show you that that inspired us to do this for more things. We need to make our data free. And so we have launched this year and are broadening out more widely, and hopefully in fiscal 17, we are opening up our data system and we're thinking about it. It's called Inform Ed, so clever. But we're thinking there's multi-prongs. We're doing data tagging, user research, looking at our infrastructure, coordinating intra and interagency work, and engaging around building innovative products for all types of users. There's lots of different users and you have to keep those in mind, and we're really trying to tackle all of those. So thank you.